to go over some of the real basics of this game. It's been my experience from level 1 up to 30 that a lot of people don't actually understand what this game is about. Now, what people tend to do is they tend to want to fight a lot, and that's not what this game is about. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into a solo versus AI. I'm going to explain a little bit more about how you can improve your game, what your objective should be, and how to win a game, or at least how to increase your chances of winning. Okay, so let's get started. Come on. Solo. Solo. Ah, the beauty of doing stuff live. There we go. Took a little while for that to come up. So I'm going to use the assassin here just generally because it's going to help. She's got high base damage, which is going to enable me to show you about last hitting. And if someone tries to gank me, I can just go invisible. It's pretty cool. So you can do jungle or you can do lane. I'm not going to focus on jungle in this video. I will do a separate one on jungling, live play on jungling, which will be fun. Come on, load. Excellent. So usually with this character I go jungle, but I won't be doing that today. So I'm just going to pick one of the starter decks. Actually no, I'll go for my usual jungle one. So in here, one of the most important things to look at is the keys. You can either get a 1-cost harvest key that does will spawn 1 harvester, or my personal favorite are the other types of keys which you can place. It's got 3 card slots in it, and it enables you to create 2 harvesters. So if we take a look at the map, you'll see that we've got our core here. We've got these, which are called inhibitors, and then after the inhibitors in the lane, in all lanes, we've got 2 towers. Okay, tower is there, and this is like its health. So the first thing I'm going to be looking at is last hitting. Okay. Now, what I see a lot of people doing is just completely pushing their lane and just like attacking for no reason. This doesn't really help. What you got to do is you got to wait until a creep gets down to a certain amount of health. Okay. So, boom. Okay, missed that one. So you see, there's 3 creeps worth of card XP that I haven't last hit with, and it got very little card XP for that. Right. Boom. Okay, see how much more XP I got? I got double my XP just from one last hit. Okay. So what you want to try and do is you want to try and last hit. Now, unfortunately, this bot is very, very aggressive, and my support bot is just absolutely dire. Okay, but you want to get those last hits if you can, because you'll just get a lot more experience. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to look at. Now, next thing, see, it's coming up to 3 minutes now. Okay, I wouldn't normally do this. I would wait until I've got another 3 card points before doing this, but I'm going to go back anyway. What are you doing? Really? These bots are super aggressive. Right, so I'm going to go back. Now, you should have 3 points here, but I don't, so I'm just going to discard these and pick up my key. Okay. So you see there, you got 2 white lines, vertical lines on the right hand side of that key there. And at 3 minutes, and you see I'm a minute late, at 3 minutes, what you want to do is you want to activate the harvesters. Okay, so he's activating one there, that's fantastic. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to activate this one. Now, the importance of these harvesters is they passively collect card power for you. Okay? Now, most people think that what you got to do is you got to like stand in the lane, push the lane, and attack people. Now, that is a big part of the game, but one of the biggest parts of the game is farming. Okay? And when I say farming, I mean collecting as much card power as you can, so that you become more powerful than your opponents. Okay? If you find you're constantly struggling, then it generally means that you guys are keeping either at the same or you're keeping at a lower rate of card power than the opponent. There we go, okay. Now the next time to look at is going to be 6 minutes, okay? And the 6 minutes are when the outer harvesters spawn. And when the outer harvesters spawn, you want to collect those as well. You'll note that when you build a harvester, you get a huge amount of experience from that, okay? So if you find that you're lower than your opponent in experience, you can actually use the harvesters to boost yourself. There's a few times where I've tried to gank players in games before and failed as the assassin, and the way I make up for that is in levels via collecting the harvesters. So it's a really good source of experience. So if you take a look at my blue bar at the bottom right hand corner, and see how much experience I get. So you just need to stand there. You don't need to when it starts building, you don't need to be there for that to happen. But as you can see, slowly it goes all the way up, and when it gets to the top, boom. There we go. So that was like 25% of my bar, which is quite substantial. Interesting. So what I'm going to do now is just go over to the left hand side. Now the next timer is at 9 minutes, and that is the harvester spawns near the prime. If you take a look, you'll see a massive white circle just left of the middle, and that's where the prime spawns. Okay, so as you can see, harvester here, it's just over half full, and what you do is you stand inside the circle and it collects card power. Now the reason this is so important, okay, I just got 210 card power for that, but not just me, it's my entire team. So every single one of my team members just got 210 card power for that. Now this is why this is very, very important. Ideally you need someone, usually the jungler, who goes around and collects these things on a regular basis. Okay, it takes I think it's 2 minutes, 2 minutes to fill up. Okay, and once the oh, hello. Yeah, go away. Right. So it's that harvested up. Fantastic. So right now we've got 4 harvesters now, all collecting card power for us. As you can see, Red Steel here, I think he's going to collect it now. So you'll see there, you see how I get the card power, okay? That is massively important because it makes your team more and more powerful. What I've actually done in the past with an assassin, if I just find that I can't do any killing, then what I do is I collect the black buff. Now the black buff is here. You kill this dude here, you get a black buff, and what it does is it does damage over time to buildings, and I generally go and snipe the enemy's harvester if I feel like we're not doing particularly well. What this does is it kind of stops them from being able to progress their own crystal power, which can be very, very useful. Okay, so again, past the 9-minute mark, so we get this harvester here. Okay, so now we've got 5 harvesters, all collecting card power for us. Yeah, this is what you want. You want this because this is just gonna absolutely boost your team. Boom. Okay. Right, and so from there, that's what you do. You get the harvesters. Bear in mind, this is a team effort. The team should be helping you get these harvesters. You shouldn't be soloing this, but I tend to find I end up having to do this because no one bothers to get in the harvesters. Okay, and it's such an important point. Okay, because look, there's another 230 car points, and you see all those arrows that came up for every single one of my team players. Suddenly got 230 car power. Just amazing. Right, so I think that's everything. What I'll do is I'll just show you what I do if I fall behind on the assassin very, very quickly. I'll just see if I've got anything. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so by slotting out my harvester key, it now gives me a life steal to jungles, which enables me to be able to take on jungle minions that little bit easier. It's one of the reasons I picked that key. So what I'm going to do now is just go straight to the black orb. After I collect harvester points, it's a bit addictive. There we go. Boom! Eat that, team. 270 for everyone. Boom. Okay. And what you'll find is if you're doing this and you're collecting the crystal power, and whilst your team is fending off the towers, you'll find yourself get away. Finish? Good. Right. Okay. So where was it? Right, attacking these. Right, so this is the black camp. What I try and do is, by moving around, it stops the big melee dude hitting me so much, so I take slightly less damage. Always kill the small minions first, because they have the higher attack speed. Oh, this takes forever. Come on. So you note that when I attack the buildings, the harvesters, I will do 150 extra damage, which is quite insane, and enables you to take out enemy harvesters. So I'm assuming that they've already got their harvesters up. Right, it's 15 minutes into the game, so they should do. Yeah, okay. So here we go. So my basic attack does 60 damage, but you see it's taking an additional 150 damage, and look how quickly these harvesters go down. Boom. Okay. And not only does it cripple their CP collection, but go away. If their harvester has any card power in it, you actually collect it as you are destroying their harvesters. I have been in a situation where we've been massively losing. We couldn't fight the other team, so what I did was I just completely sabotaged the other team's harvesters, and we were able to come back from that. There we go. Okay, so after you destroy the harvester, you got 30 seconds until you can take it over. So what I like to do is kill one, kill the second. You can go back to the first. Assuming they haven't retaken it, you can take it yourself. And bear in mind the black buff is now gone, so they will have to spend a lot of time killing these harvesters. Nice ultimate, bruh. Nice ultimate. Uh-oh. He's it. Look. Just sit there and contest it. Okay, so that's basically the basics. You want to kind of look at getting those last hits, because you get a lot more card power and experience from last hitting the creeps in lane. You want to get the first set of harvesters at 3 minutes, the outer harvesters at 6 minutes, and then the prime harvester at 9 minutes. After that, if you want to, you can get the black buff and destroy their harvesters, which is really going to hamper their progress. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.